The Blue Sky Plan software now includes built-in drill stops. The built-in drill stops, as you can see on the screen in green, is an extension of the software guide tubes that appear in orange. The software guide tubes represents the future hole in the surgical guide, and the metal cylinder will be placed inside the printed hole. The green printed drill stops extend upwards from the guide to stop the handpiece at the correct height for the implant to be placed at the correct depth. The height of the drill stop is automatically determined by the software for users using the Blue Sky Bio X-Cube handpiece and the Blue Sky Bio long and short drills. We'll see in just a minute that the default settings can be changed if the user is using different handpiece or wants to determine their own drill stop lengths. The process of creating the surgical guide has not changed. Once the curve is drawn and the user clicks on the Create Guide button, a dialog box appears on the screen. The drill lengths of the drill extending from the X-Cube handpiece appear on the screen. If the user is not using the X-Cube handpiece, the drill length can be changed by measuring the length of the drill extending from your handpiece and entering them into the fields on the screen. Once the measurements have been changed, you can click Save New Settings, and these will be saved as your global default drill lengths for the built-in drill stops for future cases. If you are using an X-Cube handpiece, simply click on I am using an X-Cube handpiece. The software will now fabricate the surgical guide based on the settings that you have entered. As we can see, the fabricated surgical guide includes the printed built-in drill stop. Additional advanced drill stop functionality can be accessed by switching the mode to advanced and going to the guide panel. By clicking on the gear settings icon, you can see the lengths of the drills protruding from the handpiece for the case, make any adjustments necessary, and save them as default if we would like these settings to be the global defaults for future cases. If we don't want to use the drill stops for the case at all, we can uncheck the box for the drill stop posts, and we can see the bottom section for the drill stops have disappeared, and they have disappeared from the software guide tubes as well. If we want to override any default lengths for the built-in drill stops, it could go ahead and be changed manually in the below box. This will override any default settings or calculations done by the software. If changes are made and the user would like to reset the lengths to default, simply press Reset Lengths to Default. Pressing Change Drill Stop Orientation and clicking on a drill stop or hovering over it will allow the user to grab the orange circle that appears and to change the orientation of the opening for the built-in drill stop. By default, the drill stop is oriented towards the buccal side so that the drill can be inserted from the side of the opening. Any changes made to the built-in drill stop's length or orientation should be made prior to drawing the curve and fabricating the surgical guide. Once the surgical guide is fabricated, no changes made to the settings after the guide's fabrication will affect an already designed and fabricated surgical guide. The surgical guide can be deleted and a new one can be fabricated based on the new settings.